Hey everybody, Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts here. Welcome to Craft with Me Saturday. Let me see here. Sorry I'm a little late. Had some technical difficulties trying to do this differently. Okay. There we go. All right. Just making sure I'm live. Um, and okay. So yeah, so okay, so I'm live on YouTube. Um, I was attempting to do this on OBS. I think I've mentioned before that StreamYard has upped their prices for the ability to use 2 cameras. OBS, you can use 2 cameras, and it's free, and I've done 2 cameras before in a recording on OBS, so I was gonna try to do the live today and had a little bit of delay getting it connected to my YouTube, but then when I went to go live, I was getting an error message. I might have to update some drivers, and I don't have time for that. So we just hopped over into StreamYard, which is why I only have 1 camera. Um, and what if I need more light? That's a little better. We'll see. If it starts to make too much of a glare, I will turn it off. So we are going to be making holiday. Oh, I forgot to look for that. We'll take those for later. Holiday bags. And I'm gonna try to not make this video like 5 hours long because as I got started pulling out transfers, shop transfers to use, I got super excited. I was like, "Oh, I could use this one. And, oh, I could use this one. And oh, this would be so cute." Nobody can relate to that, right? And so now I have like a ton of transfers here and 50 ideas in my head. And I need to hold on to some of them. I don't need to do all of it today. So I've got brown craft bags of various sizes. My plan was that we would just do one in each size. And I have some vintage wrapping paper that I found. I got this pile of wrapping paper for $7 last year at the Hobnob Market here in Springfield, where I am super excited to be a vendor for this year. Okay, y'all, I remember this Christmas paper, this wrapping paper from when I was little. My grandmother had this wrapping paper. And I mean, I saw this and I'm like, I have to have this. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. But it was not too good to pass up. And so it's been sitting since last year. And we're going to definitely be using some of it today for these gift bags. And I have some fabric. This, I have a whole bunch more of this, but when I was little, my grandmother made all of the grandkids stockings when we were born. And the first maybe 5 or 6 of us, all of our stockings were identical. They were all made out of this dark red velvet. And when she passed away and we cleaned out her house, I took all of her sewing stuff, not knowing that in that was a whole bunch of this leftover fabric as well as the pattern that she used for the stocking, which she cut out of newspaper. So I have that. I have felt, and this is some outdoor fabric that I use to make uh, cushion covers for the pillows on our porch. And then I have some red and green cork fabric that I think will look super cool. So we're gonna start with the cork fabric just because I'm kind of curious about it. I've never used it before. And we're gonna start with just a small bag. I also have my glue gun and my drying tool. I have a fuzzing cloth, and I have all manner of chalk paste over here. You can't really see them. Some glue. I also have a whole bunch of little where is the camera? There's the camera. Holiday doodads off to my side here. I'm gonna I'll take a picture of this, um, and I will put it in the. I don't know where I'll put it. I don't know if I can put it in the comments for the video, but I'll share it so you can just see the whole stack. But it's just little Christmas things that I've had. Um, little snowflakes, tags. Um, so yeah, okay. So my ruler, just so I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing here. So this bag is about, if I measure from the first hash mark on the ruler, it's about 5 1/4 wide and almost 8 1/2. One in front of 8 1/2. What? I don't remember. 7/16, something like that. Um, so I want the design to maybe be about 3 1/2 inches wide and maybe about 6 inches tall, or not necessarily the design, but the base itself. So I'm going to use the ruler on my mat here just to help me kind of gauge where I should start to cut. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And I've never worked with cork fabric before, so I didn't think I could tear it. When we start working with the regular fabric, I want to try and tear it so that it's got kind of pattern. And then, what did I say, about 6 inches long. I can't cut straight. I really probably should have drawn something on here. I feel like I'm working in the fabric store. How they do it. That's kind of straight. This is not straight. I can guarantee you. This is it's not too bad. Let me see if that. Yeah, that's about what I wanted. So then it's a matter of figuring out. Oh, that was kind of what design I want on it. So we're going to use this. Oh, what fun. This is from last year, the Oh What Fun Ornaments transfer. And I'm going to fuzz this a little bit. Never chalked on cork fabric before. And I'm going to put this down kind of close to the bottom. because I want to be able to add maybe a little embellishment, something or other at the top there. And we are going to, I thought I grabbed my, Shimmer Frost, but I have not. So we're going to use Shimmer Frost for him to get some nice contrast. Stir this up a little. I don't always stir my shimmer pastes. They tend to not dry out as easily. However, I am getting to the bottom of this jar. That's all means I need to check if I'm good. And if not, I need to make sure this goes on my wish list because I use this paste a lot. I could also use ink. I mean, I'm not, obviously these aren't going to get washed, so I don't even know, can you wash cork? But because it's fabric, I mean, you can paste on fabric as on textiles, and you're not going to wash them. Doesn't really matter. The true test of what to use is whether or not it's going to be on textiles is whether or not it's going to be washed. Got that. I'm going to pull this up real slow because if I missed any spots or if any of the paste starts to pull. Got a little bit of bleed there. That's okay. Let's see. Put those in the tray because I'm not going to use this paste again. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to dry this. Actually, you know what? I'm not. We're going to set that aside and just let it dry. And then we will decide what we're going to do on size bag. So that way we can get all of our chalking done, let things dry, come back, attach. The one thing I didn't pull out was ribbon because obviously when we're done with all of these, tying some ribbon or even making a bow on the bag, it's going to look really cute. What do I want to try and maybe do on this one? Oh, where's my snow globe? Oh, I didn't pull that transfer out. I'll have to do that. That's going to go on a big one. But can a big make energy fit on this? Nope, that's gonna have to go on a big one too. Okay, so we're going to have to go a little bit smaller on this. So these little minis have to look adorable on, you know, the smaller bags. Oh, this would be neat. We could do a whole scene on this one. How cool would that be? Okay, so let's see. Figure out what I want to do here. All right. Let this open. And obviously you could talk directly onto the bag. You don't have to use fabric or cardstock or anything like that. Um, but I just thought it would be cute to do that to add some dimension. Okay, so we've got figure out how we get Santa on all the way. So if we do it at an angle, we will have him on all the way. So whatever I put down on here is going to need to take up almost that whole space. So I think what I want to do is we're going to layer the cardstock. Yeah, we're going to layer the cardstock. So this bag is about 8 inches wide and almost 10 inches high. So we're going to go maybe about 7.5 by 9. Um, okay. I can't, oh, there it is. All right. And I'm going to fold this at about the 7.5 mark. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to give me that crease. And fold it over this way and do the same thing. I like using the bone folders for stuff like this because it helps you get a clean line. And you can just tear. It's cardstock, so kind of there we go. All right, so that's still a little bit wider than what I wanted, and it's also I did that wrong. I needed to do that. Sometimes I am a little challenged on spatial orientation. Okay, so if I want it to be about 7.5 wide, I have to do it this way. So I'm a paper trimmer. It's just hard to make a fold when you're going long ways, or at least it is for me. Other people might be able to do it perfectly. All right, so I'm gonna go a little less than 7 because strands everywhere earlier. A little less than 7.5. That didn't work either. Why am I struggling with this? Hmm? Wow. Okay. I have to slow down. So get another piece of red paper. And then I will tell you my funny story. So this is what happens to me at crops when I am trying to cut pictures. I will measure the thing. Oh, that's not really. I will measure the thing like 15 times and I will still get it wrong every single time. Right. Where are we here? Okay, so we're at about 8. So okay, so I really should have done it at 7.5. But I don't know, like I have moments where it's totally fine, and then I have moments where I I will measure it and measure it, and I will still cut it wrong. That works. Okay. That is I'm doing something wrong on my I don't understand. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, that's okay. That boom was not me. That was my cutting board. I'm not cutting that. I'm starting at the wrong spot. Ugh. All right, so I'm going to mark this where I want it so that I just line it. You would think I've been paper crafting for what, 20 plus years? Anybody else have days like that? So, so this is actually measured out. Okay. All right, I'm gonna cut right there. And we will just line this up on my cut line right about there. Yep. This should be it. If it doesn't, I quit. There we go. A little bit wider than I wanted. So just do this. Turn it down just a little bit. Okay. All right. Having measuring problems today, but that's okay. All fine. I want a little bit of the bag to show outside of the red, not much. There we go. That's what I'm going for. All right. So then let's see. Where do I want it? The top. I want it maybe right about there. See, this is why I did it any other way. Just mark where you want it. Okay, there we go. All right. So we're going to have the red layer. I'm going to keep these little scraps, and then I'm going to put white on top of it so that we can use a variety of colors for the design. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So this is about 2 past 7.5. So if I take it to 2 past 7.25, give me, yeah, maybe I want it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to take it right to 7.25. Yeah, there we go. And then this is 2 past 9.5. So going this way, I'm going to take it to 9.25. No, actually, I don't think I want to make it that small. I mean, I really don't want much. Not even 1/4 of an inch. So not even 1/4 of an inch there. Okay, so right about there. Really? Seems to be quite a bit that I'm cutting off there. No, that's all right. Okay. Well, yeah, that's about right. Okay, all good. All right, I'm going to put this thing away. And then I'm going to attach the white to the red first with my score tape. And put quite a bit on. I don't want it to come up. Now this is a fantastic adhesive for paper crafting. It works great on cards. It comes in a variety of widths. Um, get little bitty teeny tiny skin pieces that are great for embellishments and um, small corners and things like that. And then you can get really pretty wide. Actually, I'm not sure how wide it ends up being. What's the widest you can get? Just, and it holds really well. This is actually what I use to attach chalkable shapes. The chalkable shapes. Like if I'm using the chalkable shape and attaching it to a bigger surface, I actually use square tape because oftentimes what happens is my break And oh, my dogs are saying hello. Probably a package delivery, or they can hear one of the neighbors or dogs or kids outside playing. It's actually nice here today. It's been really cold. We get mid to high 70s today and tomorrow. I should have looked. To very carefully erase my pencil mark. I meant to flip it over. I don't know where my good pencil is. I meant to flip it over and not use this side where you could see the pencil mark, but and so the score tape is just double-sided. So after you put it down, you just peel the backing off. And when you go to place your taped piece, whatever it is, on the surface that you're taping it to, adhering to, you want to really make sure you have everything lined up where you want it. Once this stuff connects, it is not going anywhere. So we got this. And now we're going to have our design. So I'm going to get everything lined up on here the way I want it. And you all know I normally don't do this, but for the sake of time, because oh my goodness, I'm already 32 minutes in the slide. I'm gonna cut the transfer with the backing sheet on it. And that's fine. I'll just put everything together in the bag that it came in. I have Santa in flight up at the top there. And decided to grab my transfer scissors. They tend to cut a little bit better with this material, with the backing sheet and stuff. These purple ones, I don't know if you heard it as I was cutting, they were squeaking. Then we've got the little house. We'll go down in the corner there. Okay. And to be completely honest, I am thinking about doing all of this in black. The house down there a little bit. Except for the Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. I just think that would look really classic. I was gonna try to do things in different colors, so like do the tree in green and the reindeer in brown, and that's why I opted for white cardstock. However, as I'm sitting here visualizing this, I feel like just a black and white scene, except for the wording, would be really pretty. And if I decided that it needed some color, I could do that. I could paint it. I could do that. Okay. Merry Christmas to all. Oh, I forgot the and. And to all a good night. And then we have the tree. Put the house and the tree closer together. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll decide what I want to put on there first to then get everything else lined up the way. We're going to do the Merry Christmas. And I'm going to chalk this really, really well. Or, I'm sorry, fuzz this really, 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 really well because we are working on cardstock. And obviously it's sticky on the back of the transfer can pull up the cardstock. So, and I don't want to put wax on this because I don't want that kind of a filmy look that the wax kind of does. Put that there and make sure. Yeah. Put this down just a little. And since we're doing all the words in the same color, I'm going to go ahead and put these transfers down as well. Oh, you all, I should have used that Santa paper. I might have to add another layer to the bottom of this. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have used that Santa wrapping paper. Put that there. I'll do this. And then again, check my spacing. I'm going to do that part because I can come up closer to the Merry Christmas with the Into All Night once it's chopped and dried. So we're going to do that first. And I am going to use White Me. Sorry, makes me laugh every time. This was a color of the month earlier this year, February maybe? I don't remember. It was supposed to coincide with the release of the Snow White movie. The Snow White movie release got delayed, and this was ready to go. All the promo materials done, the paste created. So Chalk decided to go ahead and release it. And I'm so glad they did because I love this color. It is just such a pretty shade of red. And I love the shimmers very much. I love the glitter on like for vinyl. Anytime I make a shirt for somebody, it's like, how do you feel about glitter? 'Cause that's my favorite thing to work with. So there you go. That. A couple of small places where the paste lifted, but I can let that dry. And this tool that I have, it has a little bitty, teeny, tiny rubber tip. It's great for filling in if you missed a spot or if some paste lifted. We'll say one of the things that I have learned is to let it dry first before you try to fix it. Um, I could have put that transfer back down, like laid it back down and gone back over it, but because this is cardstock, I decided to just go ahead, leave it be, and I will fix it later. So if you're fixing something in that manner, I advise letting it dry first. Because what I have found, at least for me, is that I will try to fix it and it ends up ruining what was like already on there. So I'm going to take my drying tool to this very carefully. I just want to be able to put this on there, and I'm not going to push the sticky part down on where it says Merry Christmas, but if it rests on it, I don't want it to pull up in the paste. Okay. That. Wish I would have put the and up a little higher, but that's okay. If I repeat this, that's what we'll do. So I'm just going to push down where the letters are, just to make sure it's nice and flat, no bubbles. Actually, I'm going to use a smaller squeegee. And I usually try to work from the middle out. Pull that nice and slow. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So now we're going to do the house and the tree. And then we'll do Santa. So thinking about possibly taking some Mod Podge, Mod Podging a little bit, and then taking some diamond dust or Epsom salts or some stuff that looks like snow and like sprinkling it in there. Do that. And then I've got black paste. And I used this already today, so I'm not gonna stir it. I didn't think I was going to be able to get all of the house design on here. Looks like some little rocks or something like down at the bottom. Thought I was going to have to go with that off the edge of the paper, but had more room than I thought. I'm going to peel this up from the bottom so that I can really see if I missed anything. The paste comes up, so I'm going to try to maybe just put it down. And oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then we're going to take do I want to do those trees or do I want to do the little tree? Or do I want to do both? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, and what you all can't see off camera is I'm just using my fuzzing cloth on this tree. I'm going to do these trees in black. And I'm going to dry that. And then we're going to take the smaller tree. Keep forgetting that it's this camera. It looks like a Christmas tree. And I'm going to add that in green. And then what I might even do, and I'll have to do that later, post a picture, is I have these little bit teeny tiny different colored jewel sticker thingies that I've used on stuff before to make it look like it's a Christmas tree. It's decorations on a tree. That. Moving this down just a little bit so I don't have the trees overlapping with the Merry Christmas. Now I will end up putting some wax on this, on top of this black paste, or I do the other tree over it in green. Whenever I am chalking on top of paste, I like to use the surface wax for that. Just helps from pulling, keeps everything from pulling up, and you don't worry about lifting any of the underneath color. I'm using surface wax kind of less and less, learning that really if you just fuzz everything really well, most of the time you don't need it, but there are certain circumstances where I would advise it, like if you were chalking on top of acrylic paint that hasn't dried more than 24 hours, I advise using wax. Um, Sometimes it works fine for me if it works. Other times it's problematic. Um, Chalking on top of other chalk paste, I recommend using the surface wax. Um, See, I think that started to dry on me. Either that or I didn't use enough paste. Now again, I can go back and pretty easily touch that up because so I have lift it up. If you can see the very top of the tree, I had some paste lift. And that could have been a drying issue. It could have been I didn't put enough paste there to begin with. Combination that'll be something to touch up. Also, actually, if I do the Mod Podge with like diamond dust or something, I can really just heavily put snow in that area and it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to actually I'm gonna let that dry for a second on its own. What we're gonna do is add Santa in right here. So I'm gonna turn this around because we've still got to get this attached to the bag as well as our other one. So this might be maybe not a two-parter, but there might have to be some follow-up via photographs or other videos. Santa down. I'm also going to use a different squeegee. Okay. So I start in the middle because sometimes as the paste dries, it pulls. And you start at one end and it starts to pull, then it's gonna could move your transfer a little bit and starts to lift up. You do it from the middle, it tends my experience is that it doesn't. I'm not really sure why that is, but I'm also trying to go a little heavier on paste this time. So if it was a drying issue on the trees, um, I've got a little more paste on there, and then I'll go back and just squeegee out the excess. This right now is really just to make sure that I don't have lines in the design. And lift it this way. Go nice and slow. Try not to lift it up, but lift it just straight across. Yeah, a little bit here. Again, anybody else probably would know this, but you know how we are. So I definitely think that was that's kind of a drying issue. Um, which it's fine. Again, if I really feel like I need to touch it up, I can go back and do that. But there, I don't think it's really that big a deal. And I kind of like the idea of adding some Mod Podge to this and like there's snow. Um, so where it lifted a little bit on this tree, I think I'm just going to leave it be. Let's use Scout. So the last thing here is to add this little Christmas tree. It's dry. Fuzz this a few times and figure out where I want to put it. And then that'll help me figure out where I want to put chalk paste. Or I'm sorry, my surface wax. Yeah, so I'm going to put it right about there. So I'm going to be covering a little bit of the side of the house on this tree. So I'm going to take just a tiny, tiny amount of surface wax. And I'm going to go over this area. And it's just, the surface wax is just going to make this really nice and smooth. And less likely that anything's going to stick. I'm going to put the tree right there. And then we're going to use this green metallic called Scout. It's the July color. Very anxious to do something with the October color of the month, which is also green. It's called Wicked. Because, you know, the movie's coming out next month. And those who know me know my love of all things with Wizard of Oz and Wicked. Yep, I bought multiple jars of that one. And I almost used it on this, but the jar isn't open yet. And so, for the sake of time, did not put anything up. I opted for one that was already open. All right, I don't need that. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so then I do think what I will do at some point is probably add some of those little colored beads. They're not beads. They look like little rhinestones, but they're all different colors there on that to make it look like it's decorated. And then I probably have a little star somewhere that I can make it look like the top of a star. And so when I get like this and I start to get all these ideas, I get nervous because invariably what I do is I add one thing to it that I decide that I don't like. But this transfer came with these little stars that I think are kind of supposed to be, you know, around Santa's sleigh while it's in the air. gonna add some of these. And lift that very carefully, and then I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna set it down right here. I'm gonna use a paper towel to press it down so that I don't get any paste fingers. This is just the shimmer gold. And this is nice and small and easy so that if I decide I want to add more later, I can easily do that. Just pull that up. And then we just add a little bit of color and, sparkle around Santa. Okay, I like that. And adding some embellishments to the tree is something I can do after it's already attached to the bag, or, putting some Mod Podge to make it look like stuff. So I'm gonna set this one aside so it can dry, and I'm gonna turn on my glue gun, and I am gonna attach these to the bags with hot glue just to be sure. I'm sorry, I hit the wire on um, my camera. Shook there a little bit. Um, just to be sure that it actually really adheres. And then trying to see what I've got that I can add to this. We've got this little wreath. I could add him. Um, oh, I've got these little snowmen. That might be cute. Too matchy matchy. So we've got the wreath or a snowflake. Put a snowflake there. And a snowflake down there. That's kind of cute. Snowflake there and there so that it doesn't actually cover any of the design. I like that, but it's a lot of, I don't know. I feel like it needs more color. I feel like it needs some more color. So what I could also do is adhere it here, and then I could put a bow right there. It just like a little messy bow with some Christmas ribbon. I actually don't think I have any more small Christmas ribbon. I think I've used it all. So I would need to get some. Although, I mean, this is nice and simple. Not everybody likes over the top, right? All right, let's just go with this. Um, I mean, it's not like this is the only one of these I'm going to make. Uh, Glue gun heat up here. I want to make sure I have good seal. And I will add some ribbon, just around one of the handles here. So that might add some color. Figure out what I've got. I need some Thanksgiving ribbon for a class I'm teaching next Saturday. I need to go to Michael's anyway. Hopefully they still have Thanksgiving ribbon. I feel like everything has moved very quickly on to Christmas. And, it's fine. I'm a on a personal level, I'm a no Christmas or Thanksgiving person. Um, as a creative business owner, that really doesn't work. Learning that the hard way. Um, but the hard part is that when you are working in season, um, and I do still have some Thanksgiving things that I would like to get done. Um, when everything moves so quickly away and onto something that's 2 months away still, it's difficult when you need supplies and everything's already been clearanced out. Okay, so we've got the court fabric attached. Um, this did not. This dried really quick. Um, we're gonna take my glue gun and just add some more glue. I need to get some 10-inch glue sticks for this. It gets difficult when the first glue stick starts to go down to the end and I need a second glue stick in, and sometimes you push to get the glue to come out. And when you can't use both hands to hold the glue, to hold the glue stick, or the glue, difficult. Nice glob there. And a little snowflake. Might have been a little too much for gloves, so we'll do a little less here. Okay. So there's that one. Only thing it needs is a little ribbon around one of the handles. Well, okay. So indulge me for 1 second. Um, I just want to see if I can make this work because I might have that piece of red cardstock a little bit too big. This also might not really be the right vibe. We're just gonna lay this on top of this. Yeah, no, the reds are too different and it's not really style-wise, just doesn't really go. Just I've got plenty of things to do with that paper. Okay, so everything's dry here, so I can very safely lay this down. I love this Surebonder, but getting it in and out of the folder sometimes is difficult. We're going to put the glue on the back of the paper. Try and move kind of quickly, but it doesn't dry. Ooh, big glob. And then I'm going to put some glue here in the middle. Yeah, see, I need to put another glue stick in there. Turn this over. So I'm adhering it with glue instead of the score tape. Since I'm offering these at my show, I really want to make sure it stays, although the glue is already breaking on me. Hot glue is not the solution for everything. I will say that. Make it. There are things where score tape just works better. All right. So this is going to be fun because I really need to be able to do that. All I'm doing right now is pushing the bag away from me. Ooh, hot. What I can also do is like this corner right here, I can probably pretty easily get a piece of score tape underneath there. Hold that down. Get a little bit of glue in there. Okay. So this is definitely a learning process for me in terms of figuring out what's going to work best. And I think, on this with paper, it might be score tape. And then with a fabric, I'm feeling like it's going to need to be glue. Like that cork fabric. I just don't know that score tape is actually strong enough for that. So if the glue breaks off on this, which it might, I should actually be able to get enough of the glue off of it that I can put score tape on this and then get it back. So still a little bit of work to be done on this one. I want to add the little sticky jewel things like this to look like a Christmas tree, and then probably find a star transfer of some sort that I can put on there. I don't think I have anything like three-dimensional that's small enough to be, to work with that. And then I want to do just a smidge of Mod Podge, something that looks like. I think that would be super cute. Turn that around. So there's that one. And then obviously some ribbon at the top. And there's that one. And I still need some ribbon too. There will be more of these. I have various other ideas of techniques that I want to try, gift bags, and I will make sure that I share out pictures of these once they're finished. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'd love to know what you all thought. If you've done gift bags, I'd love to see them. I know you all can't see me. I'd love to see them. Post those in the comments. And if you have requests for future videos, for projects for future videos, I would love to hear those too. So you can put those in the comments as well. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all next Saturday. And then starting November 1st, I will be on my YouTube channel every day with a short 15-minute um, video. Most of them will be 15-minute projects. There might be a couple other things I mix in there, but that's gonna be all throughout the month of November. So, okay, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.